World War II is a particularly hot topic at the moment. It seems to be really popular in books. And I was wondering if you could tell me why you think that is, perhaps with you, Vicki, because your book is newly signed and new cover reveal, and we can see your lovely cover behind you. What do you think? Why do you think that the World War II genre is so popular at the moment?
I think there are quite a few reasons. I think to start with, it's a time of history where you've got the element of danger, so you've instantly got that extra excitement in the and poignancy really in the story. So that's sort of ready made. But I think at the moment, I think there's this growing sense that we're losing that generation, that they won't be around for much longer. And I think there's something about wanting to honour their contribution and to capture it before they've gone, really. And possibly it's because it's part of the recent past, and we all know somebody who's been there. So it's and possibly there's something about trying to see, you know, try almost to relive it and to work out how we would have coped, and to try and put ourselves in the, you know, in the shoes of our heroines or characters, and see, you know, how would we have coped if we were in that situation.
Absolutely.
Yeah, part of me is thinking, I mean, my son's 25 in London, and thinking, God, you know, we think we're badly done to at the moment, but God, that could be a war, and he could be now going off. How did mothers cope, knowing that there's, and my daughter, 22, she'd have been off and perhaps on the front line as well. I can't imagine how mums, and dads as well, coped knowing their children were going off to war. I really don't.
Yeah, it's a scary thought, isn't it?
Having lived in France for 2 years recently, I have spoken to families that are still not speaking to other sections of their families because some particular groups of that family spoke to the Germans and others didn't. And even now, generations later, who had nothing to do with the war, there's still that gap in the family group. It's quite tragic. And you do think, what, as Vicki said, what would we have done? Because I think until you have starving children, no way of feeding them, and sick and at death's door, you don't know if you would befriend a German if there was some way that you could get some food to feed your children. You just don't know.
I agree with you. And also the fact that there's this kind of cowboys and Indians or comic boy image of the Germans and us, and not all the Germans were baddies. And I just, yeah, you think about the characters and the reasons for why they went for war, whether they didn't all believe in what they were doing. Yeah, so it's a fascinating subject. And I've still got, I'm a hoarder, but I've got letters that my mother died when she was far too young. She got married during the war. She was only 70 when she died. Both my parents were 70. And we got lots of their papers. And I found the letter that they'd sent about her only brother. He was only 19 when he was shot down in the war. So I'm thinking in the future I might write something around that. It's this desire to remember, I think, to commemorate these fantastic people who are just almost within reach of us. And as Vicki said, before it's too late, we should try and remember what they did. I think you said something like that, Vicki, sorry. You will.
It is such very recent history, really, isn't it? Jane, have you got anything to add to that?
No, not really. I think it's all been said. It is about remembering the testimony of these people because we are probably the last generation who's heard much of it firsthand from parents and grandparents, and it's setting it down and passing it on, really.